Hare Krishna. So we have come to the last shloka of chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita. So this is the verse which talks about the most dear devotees of Krishna. So who are they? Let's try to see in Krishna's own words in shloka number 20. Ye to dharmamritam idam yathoktam parupasate shraddhadhana mat parama bhaktaste tiva me priyaha. So very nicely it is mentioned here that yetu dharma amritam idam yatha uktam paryupasate. So those who follow this imperishable path, amrita, imperishable path of devotional service, the actual religion, and shraddhadhana, who completely engage in this process with faith. Mat parama bhaktas te ativa me priyaha. So here it is said that making me the supreme goal, mat parama, such devotees are ativa me priyaha, are very word is used here, very dear to me. So a very nice shloka where Krishna is talking about the very dear devotees of himself. So let's see some of the important points from the purport. In this chapter from shloka 2 through the end, from Mai Avesha Mano Ye Mam through Yetu Dharmamritam Idam, the Supreme Lord has explained the process of transcendental service for approaching Him. Such processes are very dear to the Lord and He accepts a person engaged in them. See, anyone who practices devotional service is very dear to Krishna. Why? Because a person practicing devotional service is actually getting closer and closer to Krishna. So the Father, our eternal Father, is very happy that this person is coming back to me. So it's a very important point to note that if we are practicing devotional service, then we all are dear to Krishna. But that practice should be with faith. That's what is mentioned here very nicely. Shraddhadhana. And another thing is, Lord should be made the supreme goal. See, one thing is very clear. In our life, we don't have anything else, no other goal in our life except for attaining Krishna. It is said, Manushya Janma Jar Krishna Darshanatar. What is the dheya, what is the goal of Manushya Janma? Sometimes people ask that, why am I born in this world as a human being? What am I supposed to do? What is my goal? Our goal is just one. That is, we need to attain Krishna this very lifetime. This is what is our goal. There is no goal apart from this. So we are supposed to make sure that we are marching towards this goal by practicing devotional service. And automatically what happens? We become ativa priyaha. We become very dear to Lord Sri Krishna. And here it is said, in this chapter it is decided that through good association one develops attachment for pure devotional service and thereby accepts a bona fide spiritual master and from him begins to hear and chant and observe the regulative principles of devotional service with faith, attachment and devotion and thus become engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord. This is how devotional service starts. We come in association of devotees and by their mercy we start practicing devotional service. Then we accept a spiritual master, a bona fide spiritual master, and from him we start hearing about the Lord, we start chanting the holy names as directed by him, and we start doing various services under his guidance. And by doing all this, what happens? We start observing the regulative principles of devotional service with faith, attachment and devotion. And thus we become engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord. So this is very important to note. Okay, we have fixed the goal is Krishna. Now we're supposed to march towards the goal. And it's not that we know everything on this path. So we need guidance. And that guidance or that guide is the spiritual master. A bona fide spiritual master, not any dongi sadhu. A bona fide, a true, genuine guru is needed here to guide us to lead us to the path, on this path of bhakti, towards the ultimate goal, and that is Lord Sri Krishna. And all this that is there is done through the practice of devotional service. So the Guru is not going to teach something extraordinary or out of the box or something. What is there in Shastra, he is going to teach us practically how to do it, how to execute it, how to get closer to Krishna, how to march towards Krishna. This is what is the role of a Guru, and it's very, very important role. Without Guru, one cannot attain Krishna. Means one cannot attain the ultimate goal. This is what is the point that is made here, which is a very, very important point to note. Now this path is recommended in this chapter, that is the Bhakti Yoga. Therefore, there is no doubt that devotional service is only absolute path for self-realization, for attainment of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The impersonal conception of Supreme Absolute Truth, as described in this chapter, is recommended only up to the time one surrenders himself for self-realization. Now in this age of Kali Yuga, where we will endeavor, where we will do hard work, because already we all are working hard, not to sustain in this world, to maintain our body and soul together. So this point is very commendable, that it's only Bhakti Yoga that is very practical in this age of Kali. We cannot do anything else apart from this. And Bhakti Yoga means upasana or worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in His original feature, in His original form. Not worshipping the impersonal feature of the Lord. And Krishna Himself said, it is very troublesome, O Arjuna, to advance on this path of worship of impersonal feature of the Lord. So Krishna Himself has given the verdict. Then why take chance and go and do experiment? So suppose by mistakenly a person has come in association of impersonalists. So how will he become a devotee? How will he start worshipping Krishna? It's only when that impersonalist, he comes in touch with the pure devotee. As soon as this happens, as soon as this contact, this association is established, at that time, that impersonalist becomes a personalist, becomes a devotee. This is such an amazing thing, such an amazing thing. So impersonalism is beneficial maybe till the point that person comes in touch with the pure devotee. After that, it's only bhakti. That is very, very beneficial. And only by practicing bhakti. See, it's very clear here. Krishna is saying, Ativa me priyaha. Very, very dear to me. Who is very, very dear to me? The one who is practicing bhakti. That is devotional service. So, if Krishna is saying that, we need to follow. Because we are supposed to please Him. We are devotees of the Lord. We are supposed to please Him. And Krishna is pleased when we practice devotional service. Here it's given that if one develops directly a desire to engage in Krishna consciousness and pure devotional service, he does not need to undergo step-by-step improvements in spiritual realization. Devotional service as described in the middle 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita is more congenial. One need not bother about materials to keep body and soul together, because by the grace of Lord, everything is carried out automatically. So again, the point that is made here is, why beat around the bush? Why go via stairs? Directly take the elevator without any delay. Our lifespan is very short, very, very short. And in that we need to attain Krishna, the ultimate goal. And it's pretty high. This goal is pretty high. So without wasting time, directly we have to take up Krishna consciousness. And when we are taking up Krishna consciousness, it's not that we take it very slowly, aram se we will do for some years, I'll do this much, after that I'll do this much. No. As soon as we get into devotional service, we get in with great force, with great intensity. There's no question of being thanda devotee. There's no question of being dicey devotee. Should I do it? Should I not do it? And so on and so forth. No. Once we take it up, it's all with great force, with great intensity, and we do everything possible to progress on the path of devotional service. This will actually keep the devotee on, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, till he attains Krishna and goes back home, back to Godhead. So, when we are practicing devotional service, it has to be intense, it has to be uninterrupted, and it has to be selfless. So every single day, it's a test for all of us. Every single day. The test is of these parameters. Are we intense? Are we practicing it uninterrupted? So these are, and obviously, are we selfless? So these are different tests, these are different parameters which are checked every single day. And we have to make sure that we remain intense while chanting, while reading, while hearing, hankering to attain Krishna this very lifetime. And along with that, we have to make sure that our devotional service is not interrupted anywhere due to the material circumstances around. Material circumstances will keep changing. So for that, why should we interrupt our devotional service, which is eternal? And we do it with a selfless mode. We don't aspire for anything from Krishna. We just aspire to attain Krishna. We don't want anything else apart from that. This is the mood of a devotee. And with this mood, we have to intensely, every single day, with uninterrupted, unmotivated, selfless attitude, need to practice devotional service. And guess what? We will become ativa me priyaha. That is, we will become very, very dear to Lord Sri Krishna. What else we want? If we become dear, most dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what else we want in life? So with this, we complete the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita titled Devotional Service. So in the next video, we'll try to see all the 20 shlokas together and try to see the flow in which the shlokas are spoken by Lord Sri Krishna. So let's see that in the next video. Hare Krishna.